Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for February 26th, 2024. This is for Taurus, last shuffle for Taurus. All right, let's see what's going on. You may be an Aries Taurus cusp. I almost said Aries like I don't know how many times just now. You could have, okay, so yeah, you could be. But back and forth and great gratitude. A lot of you are still trying to decide whether or not you should be grateful for certain scenarios or circumstances that you're in. You're back and forth about it. Like, I mean, on one hand it sucked, but on the other hand it did help me. On one hand, I don't like this, but on the other hand, it's exactly what I wanted. It's very difficult for you to see a perspective on why you were so gracious and why you were so forgiving and kind and generous and loving towards a situation, or why you were so tolerant. You may be like, why was I so tolerant of this? But at the same time, I'm grateful I was tolerant because something good may have come out of it. Oh, yeah. Something is okay. I have to say this. Taurus. If you are in a situation right now, especially with back and forth, lovers, hanged man, 6 of cups, 10 of wands. If you are in a situation right now where there's a perspective, right, of maybe you are taking on more responsibility. You may feel like it's too much, like it shouldn't be your responsibility on something. Like you're like, why are you putting all this on me? Now someone else makes their problems your problems. If you are compassionate and tolerant of the situation, right? If you are agreeing to do something because you care, even though it's a lot, that same grace that you extend to others will be extended to you in the future. You may be looking at this saying, this is not my job. This is not my clowns, my circus, my monkeys, none of that. However, naturally, you may want to take on that burden. Maybe that's who you were in the past, because they're showing a past energy of like when I was a kid or when I was young and when we knew each other before, I was always the one to carry the heaviest part of everything, right? I was always the one working tirelessly. You may look at this now and say, well, I'm not that person that I was back then. This is not my problem, or these are not my issues, or this is not my responsibility. But there's something about being grateful that you were that way, or this could be flipped. Maybe in the past, someone else took on most of the burdens, and now it's like you're grateful for them, and so now you're returning the favor. You're being tolerant, you're being gracious. So there's something about returning the favor. So what do you want returned to you? Do you want the compassion returned to you? If so, it's like, do whistle while you work on this. Like if someone asks you to take on all this extra stuff, there's something about you, the way that it's approached. If you're saying, like, say, I mean, I'm making this because of the Queen of Cups, right? Maybe grandchildren. Maybe it's like, well, maybe I'll be happy that I'm taking on this responsibility. And I'm not trying to say that, they're responsible, responsibilities or burdens. I'm definitely not. But sometimes we take on things from, that seem to be insurmountable to us, because it's like, hey, I'm 50 years old. I can barely da-da-da-da-da. They're showing something here where this same gratitude, this same level of I guess, what is it? I guess the energy that you put into it is what's going to be returned to you. This is the best way I could put it, because they're showing someone with taking on something, and they did show children, but I don't, I see that energy of that, and they're showing like, oh, okay, I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to grumble while I'm doing this. I'm not going to roll my eyes when I turn, go in my room. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay. Because if you do, it's like if you do that when you need the help, that is exactly how you're going to be treated. And you wouldn't want that. So then they're saying, give what you want back. Give that same, if you need help, you want them to be like, sure, yeah, I got you, And if you were treated that way, they're asking you to give that back to the other person. Or pay it forward. And there's a stuck energy with 2 of Swords and the Fool. I think that this is a very difficult situation. It's very difficult for you to just jump in and have faith that you're going to get the same energy back. It's hard to have faith that taking on extra responsibility will work out in the end. But there's some natural decision within you that says, I want to do this, or but then you may question it. Like, should I take on all this extra stuff? Like, should I do it? Fragmented energy is the Chariot and Page of Swords. I think there's a side of you that may want to make your peace with the whole thing, and then the other side is like, maybe I should just not answer my phone. Maybe I should just act like I didn't hear it or act like I didn't see that. But you still are looking at where you're headed in this. At least with fragmented energy, this is like I'm coming into it going, there's a trepidation, or like there's also a nonchalance. No kidding. Of like, people, it's hard for you to see something and have peace with it, or to take something on or accept this responsibility and and be peaceful about it or feel good about it. There's something about this being difficult. Spirit wants to give you this message, though, that whatever you do, that you do it in a gracious manner and the way that you would want to be, you would want to extend it back to you. They're showing a transaction of this being something revisited. Not only that, but being extended to you. So whatever you extend is what's going to be extended to you, if that makes any sense at all. So Spirit is speaking about your natural, like your natural reservations about something, and that naturally you question any kind of responsibility being brought to your table, like brought to your doorstep. Okay. And you could be dealing with a Gemini, an Aries, or a Cancer very strongly, or Pisces, right? But we also have Scorpio, Libra, or Aquarius. So you could be a Taurus, Gemini cusp. You have Gemini, Cancer cusp, Aries, Pisces. Well, Pisces, Aries cusp. You could be an Aries, Taurus cusp as well. Aquarius, Pisces cusp, and a Libra, Scorpio cusp you could be dealing with as well. And if you're not dealing with those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my peace, love, and light. Take care.